Hi everyone. Good to see you once again, and if this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome to Waders in Alaska. Consider subscribing and liking the video as this helps me keep making content. Thanks. Today, we are driving towards Portage Glacier from Anchorage. We will be stopping along the way to highlight some scenic and historical points. So, grab your favorite beverage, a few snacks, and get comfortable. As in the next 15 minutes or so, I hope to give you some fun facts and a better understanding of this scenic route along Turnagain Arm. The first stop on the way is Beluga Point, a rocky outpost jutting into the waters of Turnagain Arm, about 6.5 miles south of Anchorage. The rest stop boasts of a nicely paved parking area, but sadly there are no restroom facilities. There are placards with information about Captain Cook's visit to the area, as well as information on the mountain goats, Dall sheep, beluga whales, and boar tides. Beluga Point is the perfect place to see these tidal waves. Here are some fun facts. The Turnagain Arm and the Scenic Arm are the only places in the United States where tidal bores regularly form. Boar tides, or tidal bores, are walls of water that form with an incoming tide. Tidal bores consist of a 2 to 4 foot wave that moves with the incoming tide at about 12 miles per hour. The boar tide can be seen about 45 minutes after low tide. Whale watchers flock to see beluga whales here. And that is how the name, Beluga Point, was born. These beautiful whales are often spotted from this location as they make their way up and down the inlet. If you are really lucky, you can spot the Dall sheep and mountain goats munching on plants, precariously hanging on the rocky slopes of the adjacent 3,000-foot mountain. Beluga Point site is now on the National Register of Historical Archaeological Sites. Artifacts found in the area are showing evidence of early human habitation. Take a stroll along the short pathways along this stony crag and listen to the wind and waves. It's not hard to imagine skin-clad hunters with bone-tipped harpoons using this point to watch for whales. Turnagain Arm extends in an east-west direction and is approximately 40 to 45 miles long. The road we are traveling on today is called the Seward Highway. At low tide, the arm becomes a broad mud flat, cut by the draining stream channels. Historically, small steamers entered and left on high water. Now all the destinations traveled by steamers' ships are connected by road and airports. It would have been something to see. The steamer puffing smoke and steam high into the air while slowly chugging along the inlet bound for their next stop. The rugged Chugiak mountain range to the left has a peak called South Suicide. South Suicide Peak is the tallest mountain rising from the north side of Turnagain, and across Cook Inlet you can see Mount Alpenglow, the highest on the south side. Mountains rise precipitously on both sides of the arm and reach altitudes of 5,000 to 6,000 feet. Their tops are jagged and bare from the strong winds and harsh weather. The timber rarely reaches higher than 1,500 to 2,000 feet. The smaller valleys are narrow and steep, but the larger ones frequently show, by their U-shaped cross-section, the presence of glaciers long gone. Bird Point Park and Rest Area, another great stop to soak up the scenic beauty of the mountains and the Turnagain Arm. Bird Creek State Campground and Day Use Area has toilets and camping sites. The park is handicap accessible. There are paved multi-use pathways. From here, it's a 6-mile journey down the trail, which features stunning views and interpretive signs. Take a walk, wheelchair, or a bike ride to Girdwood to explore, or if you are hungry, a bite to eat. Recently, the trails were extended going the other way to back to the little village of Indian. And don't forget to look for beluga whales a few hours before high tide, as they come in with the tide to feed on the salmon. The best chance to see a beluga is if the salmon or hooligan are running, but even if you miss them, the amazing views make Bird Point a perfect stop. A number of glaciers can be spotted along the way. Chief among them are Portage Glacier, occupying the Portage Valley between the head of Turnagain Arm and Passage Canal, the two neighboring glaciers which form the headwaters of the Glacier River and 20 Mile River, Explorer Glacier, and Skookum Glacier. Besides these, there are several smaller ones on tributaries of Glacier Creek. Most of these glaciers are just a hint of their former glory. The warming trend in the last 2 decades has diminished these once giant chunks of ice. Adventurous kayakers and surfers have taken to riding the Boar tides as an extreme sport. Hikers should take special care not to get stuck in the quicksand-like mudflats that otherwise make up the beaches along Turnagain Arm. Portage, at the eastern tip or head of the arm, is a former settlement destroyed in the 1964 Alaska earthquake. In another 45 minutes or so we arrive in Seward. Seward is a port city in southern Alaska, set on an inlet on the Kenai Peninsula. Cradled between tall mountains and Resurrection Bay. It is a gateway to Kenai Fjords National Park, where glaciers flow from the Harding icefield into coastal fjords. Surrounded by peaks, the fjords are a whale and porpoise habitat. The city's Alaska Sea Life Center has seals and puffins. The Alaska Sea Life Center, Alaska's premier public aquarium exhibit and Alaska's only permanent marine mammal rehabilitation facility. Fishing is one of the main incomes for the locals, and as you can see, fishing boats fill Seward Harbor. Another big income is the tourists. Tour boats are ready to take you out to see the stunning glaciers, and of course, watch the whales. Travelers from around the globe journey to Seward to hike stunning trails, experience abundant wildlife, paddle, and fish vibrant waters, and to explore this historic community. This is the ancestral homeland of the Aluvik people, who have called the rocky coasts and glacial bays home since time immemorial. Well, it is getting late in the day, so it's time to turn towards home. It has been a pleasure having you along, and I hope you come back and join us again. Remember, it is free to subscribe, and if you click that little bell icon you will be notified when we release the next big adventure. If you would be so kind to give us a thumbs up, it would be greatly appreciated. It helps sway the algorithm gods into putting our channel out there for more to see. I would like to leave you with a favorite quote of mine penned by the remarkable Mark Twain. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. Until next time, take care. Happy trails.